Hi everyone, welcome to the course, and today is the last video of your promises concept where you are going to fetch and data from the API. Now I already have one API for you, and this is the free API which anybody can use. Okay, so I just want to show you that how the data of the API looks. So let me just open the browser and paste it. See, so you will get your data of API in JSON format. So always remember that your API returns a promise. Okay, and that promise is nothing but an object. Okay, so that object is in JSON format, which we use in key value pair. Okay, so object is basically key value pair. See, you have a key, you have a value. Here also you have a key and you have a value, but the only thing is it's an array of object. If you remember, you know how to iterate it. Now using this particular API only we are going to fetch data, but how we can do that, let's see. So let's rename this function as fetch data, and I want to remove this particular thing. Now this is already a asynchronous function, but what do I need to do? In this particular method, I want to put my API, okay? And to this thing, this API will give me a response, okay? And in response, I know that it is going to give me my promise. So I will check if first of all I will check whether the response is fine or not, whether I am getting the response or not. Okay, I will check that. So how I will do that? I will check if response dot okay. That means I want this to be false, that if response dot okay is not okay. Okay, so in that case, what do I want? I want console dot log to get an, or let's suppose I want to throw new error. So I want to throw my custom error that will say, so how you can put a custom error? You will need to use a keyword called throw. After that you will create it by saying it new, and there is a method called error. In that you can put any data, whatever you want to put, it will reflect it accordingly. So this is your try block. Now what do you want? You want your user from the API. If you can see that this particular API is containing all the things related to one user. So we will try to fetch one user. Okay. So for that thing, what I need to do is I will say const users equals to response dot JSON. Okay, now why I am putting JSON? Because this promise, this API is taking me something in terms of promise. Okay, but I want to convert it in JSON format so that I can get the data in terms of key value pair, so that I can understand those data. So for that, I know that this particular thing will take some time, so I will put await in front of this function. Okay, and after that I just want to print it. I just want to print the users, but this method will be called like this, do fetch data. Okay, and you can remove this. So now let's run this thing and check. Okay, wait. Cannot read undefined property of, okay, wait. You need to put fetch over here. Okay, so executed once again. See, you are getting all the data. So fetch is the method which helps you to fetch the data from an API. Okay, it was not fetch data, it was the name of the method that was done mistakenly. So you need to write fetch over here, then only you will get the data. See, you are getting all the user's data, its name, its username, its address, phone number, everything, whatever you are getting over here. Now one more thing, if you want to access only the specific user, how you will do that? So for that thing, you will put your literals over here, and after that, after slash, you will put this thing. And what do you want? You need to have user ID over here. Why user ID? Because this API, if I'll say 1, because its ID is 1, so I know that whenever I will write 1, I will get the data of only one user. See, enter it. Can you just see that I am getting the data of one user? Similarly, if you will put an ID of 3, so you will get, see, the name is changed, whole data is changed, your ID 3 data is coming over. So similarly, we have done that. Now, this particular URL is taking some parameters which I need to send. For example, while calling this method, I want to put 1. Okay, so this is all done. The one thing to notice over here, when you are writing this 1, whenever you call a method with some arguments, but you are not adding anything over here, so you know that when you will add something over here, then only it is going to pass here. So if you are writing here, just put your user ID over here. And now let's go back and you can execute it. See, you are getting the data of your first user. So if you want, you can change the name of the method. So let's suppose you want fetch specific user or fetch single user. Okay, and in similar way, you need to change the calling name. You did that, clear the console and execute it. See, you are getting the data. And even if you will change the ID from here and you will execute, see, you are getting the data with the ID 4. So that was all about your advanced concepts of JavaScript. Thank you so much, everyone.